Hey, what's up, guys? So, I had a alternator on my Super Fail. I just had bought it. I opted for 100 amp off of the, I think it's the newer sc300, whatever. Anyways, opted for that, and it lasted 2,000 miles before all of a sudden my car at idle. I noticed it's been doing this for the last couple weeks, my Supra. Idle starts kind of going sideways, acting funny. Anyways, I was sitting there in front of my laptop and looking at the idle because I had other issues with my map sensor. Had a GM 3-bar map sensor fail, which kind of sucked. Just read 5 volts all the time. Anyways, probably maybe it's because of this alternator, maybe it fried it. Anyways, I look at my voltage for the battery or whatever, and it was fluctuating between 8 and 13 volts and bouncing back and forth. Like every time it would stutter, you'd hear, or it'd show like 8 or 9 volts. Anyways, pop the hood, look, and the alternator's arcing and just completely, sparking. Turn the car off, disconnect the battery, pull the brand new alternator off, take it to the parts store. They basically said they were going to warranty it, and they ordered me a new one. 2 weeks into it, they said they lost the first alternator, didn't come through or something like that. Anyways, they were saying end of September. Well, I'm trying to make the next races, so drag races, and so that wasn't going to work for me. I was like, well, what other options do you have? And they said basically anything they have is at least a week out. And so I started doing research because I honestly wanted more like 130 to 150 amp anyways. I was a little nervous about doing like the eBay 150 amps, 160 amps, just because I'd read a lot of bad things about them on the forums. Anyways, I started doing a little bit of research and come to find out the Tundra alternator supposedly swaps right on. You have to massage it a little bit and you have to switch out your plug, but it seems like it's a pretty much not really a big deal. Anyways, so yeah, it's off of a 2004 Tundra, and you had to get a 4-wire plug. You only use 3 of the wires because that's what our Supras and SCs and GSs, that's what they all use. Anyways, and I think some of the newer GSs might already have the 4-pin plugs. They only utilize three of the pins, but I think they might already have the right plug. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not positive. But anyways, I ended up picking up the Tundra, and then also I went to, we have a pick and pull over in Spokane, so went and hit that up and grabbed one of the plugs off of something because I was down there for other parts anyways. Got my nephew some coil-on plugs, yeah buddy, and the igniter and all that off of a GS300 that was down there. Anyways, pulled up the plug, just showing you guys kind of what you have to do to get that to fit. Flip you around here and let's see. Alright, so basically what we have here is the back of it has a 4-wire plug, and it looks like this. So you only end up utilizing 3 of the pins. So this bottom right, let's see if you can see. This bottom right you don't utilize anyways, so you just have to wire these 3 into yours. I'm gonna actually just de-pin my plug and then pin them into this. And I can, if anybody needs, I can get the pins for you as to which goes where. But yeah, it's already a 3 plug anyways, even though it's a 4-pin, only 3 wires. 4th is blocked off. Anyways, the benefit of this is it's 130 amp, and supposedly this has way more amps at idle, which is huge for you people like me that have aftermarket electric fans. You have the fuel pumps and then car amps, that sort of thing. So yeah, that'll be a big improvement, 130 amp, that sort of thing. But yeah, so you just have to get that 4-wire plug, and that's off of a 2004 Tundra. If you just want to go to Toyota, you can order it. I think it was $15. I picked this up from a pick and pull off of, I think it was a RAV4. But yeah, it was a whopping like $3 or something. And then the alternator, you can pick these up. Depends on what you either want the original Denso, which is like, I think it's like $270, or if you want a aftermarket, if you'll take a rebuilt one, you can get those for a couple $100. But yeah, I think this was 179 or something. Anyways, Yeah, and the other thing you have to do is on the bottom mount. So the bottom mount here works perfectly. That plugs right into your Supra, no problem. It has a third mount. I just scratched such a beautiful desk. Anyways, it's already scratched. There's this third mount here you don't need to use. But basically, yeah, my camera work here is spectacular. And then right here, I've already marked. So you have to remove about 6 millimeters, and it's really simple. You just take an angle grinder, zap, you're done. Take you a few seconds. I'm going to go do that right now, actually. And anyways, if you guys need the part number, it is 11198A. At least that's the part number for my alternator, and that allows you to have that 130 amps, which is nice, and way more at idle. So if you have aftermarket stereos, the fans, everything, etc., great. And then also, I've had a couple people message me about the cd009 swap with the Collins, all that. How did it work out? That sort of thing. And to be honest, everything's been great. Driveline, everything else worked perfect. The adapter's perfect. The clutch is decent. I did have some issues with clutch dumps, and the ACK clutch being kind of, seems like it gets hot and starts fusing. Only after 1 or 2 launches, which, whatever, it's a single disc. It's kind of what you should get. But other than that, everything else in the kit's been awesome. The shifter, not so awesome. So after probably 2,000 miles of driving it, it started falling apart. So all the parts inside of it, there's these little set screws on either side, and they just hold the center shifter together, I guess. Never pulled them apart because you don't have to in order to install it. Anyways, I was driving and I feel it kind of go wonky on me. And I look down and that threaded little set screw in there is just straight up missing. No idea why. No explanation at all. Like, it's just straight up vibrated loose. And again, it's not something I took apart, nor do I think you need to take apart. But it literally just kind of worked its way loose. I'm going to actually try to get it figured out. But I think if I'm doing this, I'm going to probably end up switching shifters. I'm not terribly... I was kind of weirded out by the shifter in the first place just because of how it was really rigid and gritty, I guess, is the best way to describe it. It's not horrible, but it's really close together. Sorry, I'm trying to climb in the car at the same time I'm talking, but yeah, so let me see if you guys can even see it. So, not sure. So over here, there's the set screw. I'm not sure if you can even see it, but that set screw is completely missing along with the bushing in there and everything else. So yeah, don't mind the sweet mod there. But yeah, no, all of it just came off. No explanation, no rhyme or reason. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to contact Collins, see what he says, because there's a spring and a little bushing and thing in there that are missing because it fell off when I was going down the road about 70 miles an hour. So it was real fun. I got up to the next stoplight and suddenly the car didn't want to go into gear. It just felt really funny. So that's what it was. Not fond of that, but the rest of the kit was great. Collins shipped it fast, as I already covered. Rest of the kit was great. cd009's awesome. I like it a lot more than I did my R154. I've heard some people prefer the R154. My experience, even with the grittier shifter compared to what I've felt other G-Tech and that sort of thing shifters, I like those a lot more. Like a lot more. cd009, I haven't tried. None of the other ones have I tried. Just the Collins on my own car, and then one G-Tech. That one's great. I think I might end up doing that. But anyways, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. The rest of the swap's been great. I've only gotten on low boost. We've had the map sensor and everything else. I tried taking it out to the track, and it was just a night of fiascos. It was 2 days after I got it running, and yeah, didn't perform the way I wanted it to, but that's the nature of it for your first couple times out. But yeah, recommend the Collins kit. Not very fond of the shifter in my own personal preference. Other people said it's fine, so maybe it's just me. I don't know. But that's the update. And so, yeah, that Tundra 2004 alternator on the V8. It is the V8 alternator that you're going to want to get. You can also do the Sequoia, and it's a similar mod. Same things, about 6 millimeters off of that one mount, and then the 4-plug. But with the Sequoia, supposedly you have to switch out to the 150 amp fuse. As well, some people are saying you have to actually upgrade the power wire from the alternator to the fuse box. I didn't really need 150 amp. I thought 130, that's plenty, being as the factory 5-speed's only 80 amps, which is pretty sad. But anyways, yeah, so Tundra, great upgrade, inexpensive. Yeah, good in between that and like the Mech Man and all those. They're great, but not really necessary for me because I'm not using a huge stereo in this thing. So yeah, but yeah, Collins, great. Shifter, meh. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions.